Hi everybody, Michelle here with myflightsoffancy.com, and I'm sharing with you today a couple different things. First, I wanted to let you know, if you didn't know already, that the new seasonal expressions has gone live. You can get anything out of this book until the end of August, and there are so many fun things in here. So you'll see a couple videos from me with items in this book. But two, to let you know that the Live Beautifully campaign is happening only through the end of May. And you have a couple different options with that. There is the stamp set for $17.95. There is the paper packet for $14.95. There is the cut above kit for $44.95. There's the cut above kit bundle, which includes the cut above kit plus a few extra things. And that's what I'm going to show you here. So the cut above kit has everything ready for you to put it together. So this is kind of what it looks like. So you get your page protectors. You get 6 page protectors. You get the guide as to these are the layouts you're going to create, and each page has the separate information for each of the pages, little page sets that you'll do, because every one of them is 2 pages. So you have 5 2-page layouts to do. So it comes with that. It comes with all of the papers pre-printed, pre-foiled. The smaller pieces are pre-cut. You have die cuts on here, and you also have a sheet of stickers, which is what these are. So you get that whole kit, but you also get a Tombow tape runner. You get a journaling pen. You get photo placeholders, so that if you are not putting the photos on, you're giving it to someone else, you can show them where those photos are supposed to go without having to send this piece to them. You can have it all sent all together and done. But then you also get an album. You can choose, like I did, the D-Ring album, or you can choose the traditional postbound album, which I don't have because I chose the D-Ring. So what I wanted to show you today is how to put one of those layouts together. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to open up this glue. Of course, that's going to be much easier said than done. And this is a new tape runner to me. I've used Tombow in the past, but they have some new stuff here. So that's how you open it, so you can do your refills. It's brand new though, so we don't need to do that. So we're going to close that. And it has, oh, and that just flips back. Oh, you're not going to lose those. That was one of the things that I always had the problem with in the past, is I would lose that piece that covers the tape. All right, so we're going to set that aside. I'm not going to open the pen today because I'm not actually doing any journaling. We're just going to put it together. So this is our page 1. So we're going to find our pieces for page 1. Move these out of the way. So we need these 2 pages. Set those off to the side. Okay, so layout 1. So these are stickers. That'll be handy. So we need that. We do not need any of these. And then we need, let's see, okay, that says layout 4. We're doing layout 1, so that'll be all of these pieces. Let's go ahead and pop those out. Super simple. It's die cut for you. So you can see it just has those little tiny little tabs attaching them to the paper. So you don't need any scissors. All you need is the glue and the kit, and you will be good to go. Of course, your photos, unless you're giving it as a gift. And then you can just you can just give it as a gift and not put it together, or you can put it together and then send along the journal pen and the glue, and they can add their photos and do it all. Try not to rip any of these pieces on here because this vine has some smaller pieces. Now this vine does have some smaller pieces, and my ladies would tell you I am a huge fan of liquid glass. I do love my liquid glass. It is so good for so many things. And if I had it here today, I would probably actually be using that for these vines. However, I don't. Well, I have it here. I just don't have it anywhere close for the video. So I won't be using that today. But you can still do it all with the Tombow, not a problem. You just have to be a little bit more careful. I do believe that this is going to be the hardest piece right here to pull out of any of them on this, on any of the sheets for that matter. So, just because I don't want to rip it, which I'm sure you won't want to either. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces from here, so we'll set that aside. And we need some black pieces. I'm guessing that piece. Well, let's see here. So that one's going to go here. Or maybe not. Oh my goodness. This would be so much easier. I do believe in the kit it was originally stacked for the papers. So, all right, well, let's put some of this together and we can go from there. So we will need 3 of those. All right, so let's do some playing. I don't think it's this one. Nope, that one's going to go for layout 4. Whoa. That one's layout 4, but there are 2 there. Yep, you get to hear me do this processing, which everyone probably does. Right, so there's no black mats there. No black mats on that one. Those 2, we saw those ones already. And then there. Okay, so that means, oh, I betcha this will go like this. And then we'll have this piece underneath here. And this piece under there like that. Okay. Step in the right direction here. I'll look at that, and that'll go like that. With that across there. All right, got it figured out. Perfect. Okay, so I'm actually going to sit down now so I can put this together. Glue. All these little pieces. Okay, so on the smile side, okay, here's something else I almost just didn't do. I always tell my ladies, and I found out that they yell at themselves too when they're not at crops, always lay it out first. Always. Because that way, you know where things are supposed to go. You're not gluing things in the wrong spot because you weren't paying attention. And you'll be happier when you know it's done right. And I almost just didn't do that. So these two are identical, so that's a plus. And here's our thing that we're working off. So we know that this one's going to go here, and this one will go over here. So it kind of lines up with the circle. Okay. So that it makes a half circle here. So these line up with that. And the stickers will go on that. We'll wait to do that until we get everything glued down. So this will go under that. This will go under a flower over here. And this will go here. And tuck under. All right. We're ready to go. So, what I'm going to do, because I did not bring my sheet with me, because this is kind of a spur of the moment thing, is I'm going to use the back side of my sticker sheet just in case I go over with my glue. And we're just going to do some glue. This one's kind of interesting. When you are pushing on the glue part, the glue runner, it actually pushes down. So you see how that spun there? There's a little bit of glue that went over, and so it stuck to that little page thing. So you can kind of see maybe that I have a little bit of glue overhang here. So I'm going to use my fingers and just push that underneath so we don't have any showing through. And you can kind of see where I did the glue, maybe not. So I did some on each of the bigger parts of the leaves. Okay. So now the Cut Above kits, everything is printed versus cut from cardstock. So it is thicker than printer paper, but it's not as thick as our cardstock. And it is only one-sided. So obviously we want to use the black side, so we're going to glue on the white side. And on here, I'm going to not going to put some glue on this side because we're going to want to tuck these underneath it. And so I want to make sure that I can do that and not have to worry about what glue is there. So I'm just not going to put some there, but I did put some in the middle. And so, let's see. I'm going to say that this is probably not quite centered. So it's just above center, I think, here. So, and it doesn't give me any actual measurements. Oh wait, it gives me measurement 1 inch and 3.5 inches. But of course I don't have a ruler. However, I do have this photo mat, which is 4x6. So we know that this needs to be up, not quite there, and over about 1 inch. But we have these pieces that are going to be below there. And so I think I'm going to just put this right about 4 inches. Oh, let's actually line this up here. And about 1 inch. All right. They're handy for more than one thing. Okay, so let's put these on next. So we do have to pay attention to our journaling lines here. We don't want to cover those up. So we'll do this one. Buried my glue. Anybody else do that? Bury the stuff you're working on. All right, so this one I'm going to just butt it up against the bottom of the black piece, and then I'm going to put the sea glass piece just right on top of it. So it'll go like this. So I'm not sure if that's how it was actually designed or just how I'm doing it, but that's okay. It'll look good either way. And then our photo will go, so it shows it about here. However, I do think I probably should have had this up just a little bit more and had that 3.5 inches that shows here goes to the bottom of the black. I didn't take that into consideration when I was doing my maths. So that's okay. I think I probably will actually move this down here just a little bit. Now I'm just putting 2 tiny little spots on here because it is just a photo placeholder. It's not the actual photo. So were I putting the actual photo on there, obviously I would glue that much more definitely, you know, glue all around the whole thing so it stays. All right, so this one we're going to tuck under. About like that. And it does not go all the way underneath the black here, and that's okay because as you can see we have some shapes here, there's some stickers that are going to cover it up. So I'm not going to glue this one on just yet because I want to make sure that I like how that's placed when I get the stickers out. And so I'm going to do this here. So these, not sure if you can hear that, but these are cardstock thick stickers. So this particular one, it's sea glass with gold foil on it, and they are completely sticky on the back. They are fabulous. I do love them so much. So where you place this is totally up to you. I don't want this little piece sticking out here or here, so I'm going to cover those up just a little bit. And they kind of do that in the photo too. And if you like them sticking out, feel free to do that. I just didn't quite like how that looked, so I decided not to do that way. Alright, so next up we have this sticker. Now, let's see here. 1 second here. So, one of the things that you can do, so as you can see on here, the stickers cover up this photo here. And actually, anyway, as you can see, I'm not putting my photo down yet, so I don't want those pieces to stick just yet. So I'm going to cut a piece of the sticker sheet off so it can cover what would go over this. But what I'm seeing, I think, think we're supposed to have a photo mat here. I think we are. So, add our photo mat really quick. Makes everything look better. All right. So, and like I was saying before, did not really plan ahead, so normally I would use my micro tip scissors, but I do not have those handy. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit here. And we do this frequently in my workshop classes, the Workshop Your Way classes, because we don't necessarily have the pictures, well, we don't ever have the pictures with us that we want to use on the pages. And so we just do that. So now you can see that you can get your picture underneath there still, because it's not glued down. So you can take that piece out when you go to put the picture on. All right, take this off because we're going to need that for the next flower. So, as you can see, these flowers are actually 3 different sizes, and they don't tell you in the wording which size flowers to use. So you do kind of have to pay attention, okay? So this one's obviously the biggest flower, and then you have these 3 left over. Well, this one's going to be a little bit bigger than this one. So we're going to grab the bigger flower first. So in our case, that's going to be this one. And we need about half of that covered. And then you're just going to trim around it. Much easier with the micro tip scissors because those blades are much smaller and finer than these ones are. But these were the ones that were handy. So as you can see, it's just covered on the back side just a little bit. It has enough to stick, which is good because that's what we wanted to do. And see, and this one, the photo frame goes up a little bit higher, but because of where we put it, it doesn't. So I could take the whole thing apart and fix it. I'm not going to. Not right now anyway. Maybe later if it bugs me that much, but I don't know that it will. Because nobody will know. No one will know that that's not the right way. All right, so actually, I'm going to pull this up again because we still have to put our leaves down here. All right, so tuck those leaves kind of right there. Attach that flower about right there. And voila, we have that side of the page done. Short of obviously the photo and the journaling. All right, so we're gonna set this one aside. We're gonna move this one over here. We're gonna grab this photo mat because I didn't do that because like I said, I discovered after the fact that that's what we need. Let's make sure this is the right one. And indeed it is. All right, so let's put our photos on here. So these photo mats, if you haven't noticed, one side has the information horizontally and the other side has it vertically so that you don't have to twist your head when you're looking at it. So So these two are actually butted up against each other. Well, look at that. I think I did that pretty close. Close enough anyway. All right. So this is going to go like this. And then this will go underneath it there. All right, so let's put some glue on here. Now, how you add your glue, that is totally up to you, whether you run it the whole way down or not. Whatever makes you happy. All right, so now move this over here. So we're not going to glue this piece on yet because it goes above this banner piece here. So we're going to wait to glue that on. We're going to do this first. I always put some in the middle just to make sure that it doesn't bow out when you don't really want it to. Okay, so this says 2 7/8 from the top of the page to the top of the gray, and 1 3/4 from the bottom of the page up to the banner that would be underneath. So this is 1/2 inch, so it would be 2 1/4 if you're going by the black. So again, I don't have my ruler. I could use the photo mat again, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so when we were gluing, we did not glue on the gray. We only glued on the back of the black, so that we can add this on here now. And excuse my head, I'm sure it's probably in frame, but you know, when you gotta see, you gotta see. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna do our leaves again, and I am gonna bring this back over again. So if you're gonna do something like this, I would definitely recommend the all-purpose mat because it is a non-stick mat. It is fantastic, and then you don't have to worry about if you get glue on your paper, you know, whatever your layout or whatever paper you have underneath you or anything like that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add glue on these ones since I'm doing it anyway. This will go pretty much just like that. And you kind of want the stalk of the vine to kind of flow along that semicircle. Okay, now we have some more stickers to add. I have another circle, and again, it's on the photo a little bit more than the left side one. So we're gonna probably just add a little bit more here. Let's do it about halfway. And I'm sure you can hear my cat. That's Otis. He likes to talk a lot. I want to move this a little bit. So I want my circle about here. Maybe not quite there, maybe over somewhere. And then we have one more flower and some leaves. And you do kind of want to pay attention to which way your leaves are going, because your leaves aren't going to stick out of the top of your rose. They're going to stick out the side or the back. All right. And voila, we're done with page 1. So now you have page 1 all done and ready to use. Add your photos, add your journaling, and it's ready to go. So I'm going to do a separate video for each of the layouts. This one probably is the longest one because it's the first one and I hadn't done one before. You wouldn't have done one before either, maybe. And so I hope you like it. I hope you saw how easy it was to do, how beautiful the foil is, and how beautiful the pages are when they are all completed. If you have any questions, please contact me. I will happily answer them for you, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.